chaos here. Just want to say, Drew Aller. I just want to talk a little bit about him. Last year was an exciting prospect because he has a lot of arm talent, and he had Tyler Warren, so Tyler Warren, didn't hurt, made him look good. He didn't have a lot of wide receivers. I'll give him that. He has a ton of arm talent, but I do agree with the consensus. Like I think at some point you have to like acknowledge you can't use a number one draft pick on a player like this. He's incredibly inconsistent. While I still think there's a chance, roll of a dice, he has a high ceiling because there is tremendous arm strength. His inconsistency, can't be ignored. You cannot ignore his inconsistency. He just is not a consistent quarterback. He makes one great pass that you could say is an NFL caliber pass, but you can't ignore the three passes he does afterwards that are completely off the mark and inaccurate. The other issue is when he's in a big game, when it's like time to make a big play against good opponents in like the fourth quarter in real time, like he doesn't step up. He's not a leader. He doesn't step up and make the plays that you need to make. This is an issue. Like that's when you draft a guy. You want a guy who, in the fourth quarter, in a big moment, steps up and plays to it. And this guy disappears, and he's just feeble when it comes to real situations. And it's so disappointing because I thought he was definitely a top 5 pick. A guy I'd want the Jets to pick, built for the East Coast, built for the weather. But he's just not. He's just not that guy. What are you talking about, Harry? Who is Drew Aller? Did I spell it wrong? Like, did I get his first name wrong? The quarterback for Penn State. Everybody was high on this kid. Everyone thought he was going to be great, and a lot of people were high on him. At least some people weren't as convinced. And this year he's been, he's given very little evidence, that he's draftable, except for the third round, fourth round pick. Don't tell me you can't take a guy with arm talent in the third or fourth round and see if you could develop him, right? Because then we're just being ridiculous. I mean, the guy has an incredibly strong arm. He makes some plays that are like eyes out of the head. Wow. The problem is he's just not consistent. And guys like that are mid-round picks, day 2, day 3 picks. That's just what they are. And can you hear me this time? Last time, no one told me that there was no sound. Everybody was saying, nice dogs, this, that. I love you, Uncle Jeremy. But no one bothered to tell me that they didn't hear anything. Because they just thought I was doing a video to show my dog's butt. So now you can hear me. But you couldn't hear me before, right? So, anyway, so Drew Aller, not my guy. As people might have figured out by now, I'm a Mendoza guy. Mendoza is the quarterback that I'm watching. I mean, I'm going to watch more of Dante Moore and Mateer, and I think Sellers has a crazy high ceiling. If you're looking for a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, type of guy, but he also has an incredibly low floor because, so many of these guys, we get all excited about, like, their mobility and everything, and then they can't play quarterback. Like, they can't drop back and actually play quarterback. And we just have to watch Sellers. Maybe, I got to see if he's a senior or not. If he's eligible to play another year, maybe he needs another year. I don't know. I got to watch him. But Sellers is a guy to watch, too. He's an exciting football player. If he could prove that he could drop back 3 to 5 steps, progress through the progressions, and be a good quarterback on top of his athleticism, that's really, really exciting stuff. So today we'll be watching, about an hour and 10 minutes from now, we'll be watching Dante Moore versus Mendoza. I do want to say that Mendoza would be a fun quarterback to root for. Because I think of like action movies, like, imagine a guy with a machine gun and he goes boom, 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 shooting everybody, and he yells out, Mendoza! Because he's trying to like chase a drug dealer. Mendoza! Like that would be fun. Because every time, imagine Mendoza doing something, throwing a touchdown, we all scream that, Mendoza! Shaking our fists and everything. It just sounds like the name from an action movie, So that would be cool if that worked out. And yeah, so that's my take on it. I think Drew Allar is not a first round quarterback. I'm not a quarterback expert, guys, but I've been watching for over 40 years, and I've seen a lot of bad quarterback play from the Jets. So I'd be happy to take your comments and learn from you if you have any comments to be helpful in learning how to evaluate quarterbacks. Take care, everybody.